In this video, we're going to take a look at installing and setting up and using Anvil in our local workflow here. It's going to give us a unique URL that we can use locally. It'll give us a .dev domain, and it'll also give us a network domain that we can use to pull up our project on any device, whether that be a phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, whatever, that is connected to our network. So first things first, we need to download and install Anvil. And you can grab this at anvilformac.com. I've already downloaded this. So when you download it, it's going to give you a zip file. I'm just going to unzip this, and here's our app right here. We're going to drag this to our applications to install it, and the first thing we're going to do is fire it up. So we're going to open Anvil, and what it's going to do is it's going to show up in our taskbar right here. So when we click on this, you'll see that we get a little welcome message, and it says that Anvil requires POW to run. Click below to install it. When you click install POW, it's going to open up a terminal for you and run the command in order to download and install POW for your machine. It's probably going to ask you to enter your password here so you can authenticate the downloading and installation of POW as well. So it looks like it's done that and it's completed. I'll quit out of the terminal. And now we can go back up and click on the little Anvil. And we can see we can toggle this on or off, so we can choose Anvil to be on or off. And if you have projects already set up, they will show in this list of projects right here. So let's delete this. That allows us to manage the different projects here. When you hover over it, you can click X and then delete a project if you'd like. In order to add a new project, all you have to do is drag the folder containing your project files up to your taskbar and into Anvil. So we're going to do that. And we'll see that it's listed as html.dev because HTML was the name of my folder. I want to make this a little cleaner and easier to recognize, so I'm going to right-click on this particular project and click Rename and change it from HTML to WeDoDev. And we can see that right here. So now what I can do is I can call on this .dev domain name in my browser. HTTP, of course. Now when I do that, it's pulling all of my files that are housed in here. It's looking at my index file right here. If I come in and make a change, and I go back and refresh, you'll see that that change lives at that particular domain name. Now, what's great about this local domain is it makes it very easy to test other pages. It also makes it very easy to pull up your site quickly in other browsers. So if I launch Firefox and I paste in my WeDoDev.dev domain, here is the same site right here. Same thing for Safari. And again, the same site. We'll quickly quit out of those browsers. And let's change what we just did back. Alright, refresh and we're back to where we need to be. So very easy and quick to get a simple URL that you can use when developing locally that will help you potentially in your Ruby apps or even just your static HTML, CSS websites. Now, the big thing that I love for Anvil is that it gives you a domain you can use on any device that is connected to the network. So what this allows me to do in my workflow is test my project that I'm working on locally on my iPad, my iPhone, and a virtual machine that I can run Windows on, so I can test in Internet Explorer without having to upload files to a server or download them via Dropbox. Everything that I'm working on can stay right there, and I can use this particular domain to pull the site up. So if I pull up a virtual machine here that's running Internet Explorer, what I can do is I can click on the Anvil icon, go to my project and right-click, and when I do that, it's going to give me the network domain. Now, you can copy this to the clipboard if you would like, but the way it's laid out is it's going to be your project name, your local IP address for the machine that you're on, .xip.io. So if we go to that in any device connected to a network, in this instance it's going to be a virtual machine, we can just do dev.rip address .xip.io, and when we do that, it brings up our local files across the network. So again, if we make a change, we no longer have to worry about uploading files back to a server or syncing via Dropbox. If I refresh this, it's pulled right over. So the benefit of this in my local workflow is that it allows me to keep all of my development in one place, not have to worry about multiple servers, and I can pull up my projects on different devices and also in Internet Explorer through a virtual machine, at which point I can change the browser type and do all of my testing. When I'm done with Anvil, I can come up here and easily click it off, type in my password to authenticate, and that will turn it off. Sometimes it hangs a little bit, but it's doing its thing. Or I could come up to Anvil, click on it, click on the gear icon, and click quit as well. So that's how easy it is to install and set up Anvil. It surely will make your local development easier when it comes to testing on other devices connected to your network, as well as virtual machines, so you can test on browsers on different operating systems. Thanks.